Peace, peace, peace. Hey, let me know if y'all can hear me or not. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, good, good, good. Hey, how do you pronounce that? Bulas? Spell it out for me. Spell it like exactly how it's pronounced. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Sounds good. That solitude time every night helps fend it off. Yeah, I got you. Jamal Dogon, peace, man. What's up, bro? Peace and love, peace and love. I'm just trying to get a few people in here. Y'all can hear me pretty good. Let me know. Jamal Dogon. What up, family? How you been? I've been good. I don't have a particular topic tonight like law or Drew Ali or religion or any of that. I don't really have a topic. Really, what I was going to talk about tonight was my return and what I did the entire 4 years. Just a briefing on what I did for the 4 years down. But I want to make sure everybody get up, man. Y'all get them likes up. Audio game, I like that. Appreciate that, fam. Get them likes up. David Fernandez. Damn, whole crack. Damn, my guy, you went Mia. Thought they grabbed you. Paid you, told you, lay low. Nah, nah, bro. Nah, I've been good, the entire time. Jason Spates Bay. Peace, good brother. Glad to see you. Glad that you came in, bro. Appreciate that. Hit that like, y'all. Hit that like, I feel good tonight. Again, I don't really have a topic. I'm just building with y'all, getting to know y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know what I did for the 4 years, and why I returned. But I'm gonna let y'all come in, talk to me. Miko, what have you been reading lately? Hey, that's a good question. To Miko, what have you been reading lately? Check this out. I've been reading this, man. It's called A History of God, by Karen Armstrong. I've been on that pretty tough lately, it's interesting, I've been on a lot of different stuff, but mainly that book right there. Reread, peace and love. Thank you. Yes, I miss you. You got to tell me you miss me. Riri. Okay, who is that? Jamal, David Fernandez, Q Runs L. Y'all get them likes up before I go in. Get them likes up. What happened to all of your content on here? I took it down. No, it wasn't a conspiracy. I took it down. And the reason I took it down is because at the time I felt like the information I was putting out, I felt like people were just coming over, people that didn't subscribe, that wasn't true to the Moorish movement, was just taking the information and running with it, So I took it down. I got a lot of it back up, but a lot of the law stuff, the stuff where I really go in, I got it on my website. I got like exclusive content over there. So if y'all, want to go see that, that's at the official PublishedInfo.com. That's where all my exclusive content is. I absolutely miss you. I miss you too. I miss you too. Yeah, I trust me, I do definitely. Who else? Who else we got? Malik Bey. We're glad you are back. More Islam. Islam, I show peace. I appreciate that. Supreme El Bay, peace, peace. Noble, good to see you back, brethren. Good to see you, man. Definitely. I see you still got the same thumbnail, too. That's how I recognize a lot of y'all. I see a lot of y'all got the same thumbnail. But anyway, 2019, Moreno help guy, mini sold You definitely appreciate it, fam. Thank you, Brother Jamal. So in 2019, that was like my last video, and to be honest, I was tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was tired, man. I had went like 11 years straight going hard, and I was tired. I was frustrated. At the time, I felt like I was the only one doing that work like me, going hard and putting it down at the time. That may sound a little selfish to some, but that's how I felt at the time. I felt like I was the only person going hard like that because at the time I just didn't see anybody else going down like I was doing it. So I needed rest. I needed to rest. So I took me a break. I took me a break. Rosalind, NYNE, how have you been? I've been good. Sister Riri, yes, you did. All your work was and is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just felt like I was going hard. My site, Miko, is thepublishedinfo.com. It's in the I put a link at the very top of the chat. Also, during that time, I took a lot of time to rest. I traveled a lot. I I didn't I didn't really study on anything Moorish during my entire time off. I didn't want anything to do with it during the time I was off. I felt like a lot of people was playing, a lot of arguing and all this old crap. And at the time, I just didn't want to be a part of it. I just wanted to be in my own little world. So I just got away from it. I relaxed the entire time. I tended to my children, like my immediate family, stuff like this. And I had a nice little time down. But when that poison kicked in, that COVID, man, I was a victim to it. Yeah, I was a victim to it big time, and it got me. I didn't have to be hospitalized, anything like that, but it was pretty rough. I was like 30 days. I had it for like 30 days, and in them 30 days, I lost like 30 some pounds. I'm already skinny, so it was pretty rough. And I knew a lot of people that transitioned uh, from that poison they put out on us. All right. And one of my children's mom, she was like one of that almost transitioned, but by the grace of Allah, she's still here, right? But let me read a few of these comments right quick. Power down to power up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamal Dogan, that part hasn't really gotten better. Miko, bro, it's still arguments of the same stuff. Folks not studying. I know it. I know it. I know it. But I also had to kind of think about some things like I can only control me and my destiny. You know, um, that's it. I can't worry about what everybody else is doing. None of that stuff. I just at the time I felt like I was just going super hard, and I didn't feel like nobody was, on that path like me. You feel me? That was going hard with the law, that was going hard with the religion, just everything about the entire movement. I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just saying, like, I didn't feel like people was going hard like me regarding the law. Like at going in on the going in. Like I said, that 11 years, I went straight hard and I needed the rest. So I got my rest now and I'm back. I'm back. It's been 11 years. Well, I'm sorry, it's been 4 years, but I went 11 years strong, right? So I'm back, y'all. I'm black. Well, no, I'm not black. I'm back. I'm sorry. Let me not say that. I am not black. Let me take that for the record. I'm a Moor. So let me read some of y'all comments. Definitely. So I've been trying to get better with the civic side of things. Bro, you just got to keep studying, and let it become you. Um, Yeah, I'm just here to build. Y'all got any questions? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to talk? I'm just talking like tonight. I don't really have a particular subject. I'm just here to build with y'all and get to know y'all. I was talking to brother, I guess, Bulas L. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but I was speaking with him earlier and we had a nice little build for about a good 6-7 minutes, something like that. So yeah. Brother Jamal Dogan, how is the family doing? Man, the family is excellent. I'm glad you asked because I have a daughter I haven't seen in a few years. She's coming to visit me tomorrow, and I'm really excited. Man, really excited. She's my twin, man. Like when I say she looked just like me, she looked just like me. I'm gonna have to put a pic up, man, just to show you how much she looked just like me, man. It's scary, really. Um, Peace, more glad to see you back on YouTube. Yeah, I'm back, man. I'm back. I haven't taken I've only taken down maybe 10% of my videos, and a lot of those videos are added to the exclusive content that's on my new website. It's called the official PublishedInfo.com. So it's like a subscription-based website. So if you want to go over there, you can go on there, and it's like you pay a few dollars just to stream the videos. I put a lot of work and time and effort into what I do. So yeah, it's a few fiat, a few notes or whatever. It's nothing that'll bust your head wide open, but yeah, definitely. Good to see you back, fam. Thank you, brother. I mean, what brought you back, Rosalind? What brought me back? Now, I was about to come back about 9 or 10 months ago. And when I tell you that I haven't been on YouTube looking at anything Moorish, anything, none of that. When I came back, I saw some stuff that kind of bothered me. It's, a Moor that was dear to me at one time, and he was kind of talking kind of weird, and I was like, what? Like, it was kind of weird to me, so I was like, nah, I was like, nah, now is not the time. That was like the first thing I saw in like 3.5 years, and I was like, nah, I never heard this guy talking like this. So I kind of just stepped back a little bit, and I wanted to examine the scene. So what really brought me back was, I say about 3 months ago, I just started getting that fire in me again. I've been talking to a lot of people, like not on YouTube, just people just around me, and like people that may know my family or something like that. We just been building about certain things, and they always ask me different questions because they know, they know what I'm about. And I just been building with them. I was like, damn, I kind of miss my fam on YouTube. So that's really what made me come back. That's awesome. Y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that like. Yeah, so since I've been back, um, I'm basically trying to just, I want to build more with you guys. So I'll be doing lives a little more often too. I didn't do a whole bunch of lives a few years ago. I would do them, but I want to just kind of get to know y'all. And if y'all got any questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. So we can do that now. If y'all got any questions, it don't really matter right now. Like whatever y'all want to talk about, because again, it's not really a particular topic tonight. What's the plans for the future? Good question. All right. So that's what I'll do. If y'all got a question, I'll just kind of, if I see it, I'll just go through it one by one. What's the plans for the future? At first, it's all about health, wealth, and relationships with me, right? So I always want to make sure my health is right. I want to make sure that my wealth is right, because I got children, I got loved ones, stuff like that. And I always want to build relationships with those that are like-minded. So that's what it's like for me. That's for my future, health, wealth, and relationships. Islam, I'm seeing your daughter. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely post a picture of her. She and she'll be here tomorrow to visit me. Do you feel like the so-called Olmecs were Moors? Yeah, I do. Yeah, Olmeca is definitely. Congratulations on seeing your daughter tomorrow. Yeah, it was one of those situations where, unfortunately, you know, mother's been keeping her from me, stuff like that. But she's old enough to make her own decisions now. She see what it is, so it is what it is. Congratulations. Oh, I already read that. Okay, Brother Jamal, as far as like mindedness, is there any sources that help bridge those identity gaps between so-called Indians, blacks, and Moors? Let me read that again. As far as like-mindedness, is there any sources that help bridge those identity gaps between so-called Indians, blacks, and Moors? You know what, personally, bro, I think that's something where you got to come here, and you got to make your own mindset up on what you believe or how you see things with that, man. Because I've worked with so-called Indians, and what I mean is I'm talking about those that identify as Native Americans. I've worked with those guys when I used to work on the railroad back in the day, and I don't know, man. They see themselves as a separate entity, so to speak. So that's one of those things where, man, you just gotta, it's gotta be here. That's how I look. It's gotta be here. As far as bridging the gap. Okay, great question. Great question. What is your definition of a Moor? Huh. What is my definition of Moor? Someone that has an ancestor that's a Moroccan. That's my definition. Are you done doing debates or responses to all the crazy on YouTube? If you think about it, if you just really go back, I never debated anyone. I never debated anyone. Like now, if I posted a video about somebody, which was rare, it was normally something that was funny, something that would make people laugh at the person that was coming at me. Maybe. It just depends on how I feel. But me, myself, I don't debate. And I think that comes from like where I'm from. And what I mean is we don't do a lot of arguing. The arguing is more like that's catty, like where I'm from. So we don't just do the back and forth. Um, I guess we show more actions versus doing this, speaking out of the mouth. So I just don't really get down with that. I only asked because my foremother told me we were so-called Indians. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my grandmother told us that. As a matter of fact, I got a video. I did a live several years ago. I think it's entitled, and it's still up on my channel. I think it's entitled "Your Grandmother Told You You Were Indian," something like that. So look it up. Go on my playlist and click the playlist and go to my past live videos, and you'll see it. I talk all about that. You the troll away video though. You the write that again, bro. I don't understand that. You the troll away video though. I don't get that. Okay, Bullis L. Our people can't seem to understand that they are not black and that we are Moors, and it's about nationality and birthrights. Well, according to the Quran question for Moorish Americans, 87, it says, "What is it meant by the word black?" Black, according to science, means death. Okay, this means death. Islam, I can respect that. All right, Jason Space Bay. Whose law do you enforce? Noble Drew Ali or US? I definitely don't enforce US. Um, but I think I know where you're coming from. I think Noble Drew Ali, well, Noble Drew Ali brought us information. It's not his law. So you say, whose law do you enforce? Noble Drew Ali, it's not his law. I would say more is our law. But I understand where you're coming from. So Noble Drew Ali, the message that he came with, like regarding like message to America, plea to a nation, divine warning, stuff like that. He's a prophet. So he was giving us information, right? So the information that he's giving us is divine. So yeah, I use that, but I also use the Constitution, and anything that's I guess intertwined with the Constitution that's positive. Yeah, I use that. I use both. Oh, the video you made with troll repellent. Yeah, that's my video. Is America really Morocco? Yeah, definitely. Islam, glad to see you back, bro. KL Production. Thank you. Peace and love. Reginald of Why Israel. What up, my brother? Happy you are back. I used to watch your videos years ago. Then they just stopped. Like I told one of the brothers earlier, it wasn't a conspiracy theory. Some people was like, it was a conspiracy theory. Somebody, the the higher ups took it down. No, I took them down. And again, I took them down because a lot of the information I was coming with, it was powerful, especially regarding like the law. And people was coming over to the channel with no good intentions of Moorish anything, Noble Drew Ali, building, uniting, or anything. They're just taking it, running it, and just giving it a bad name. So at the time, I just said to myself that, let me take it down because I don't want to be responsible for this madness. At the time, that's how I felt. I still kind of feel like that. I'll still talk about law, but as far as like giving step by step, blah, 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 I don't think I'll be doing that here. If you want that, you got to come to my website and you can get it there. As far as here, I'll still speak about it here and there, but it won't be like step one, do this, step two, do this. It won't be that here. It's a public forum. Okay, the prophet said enforce the Constitution. Exactly, Islam. Um, we don't hear enough about the Moorish Constitution. Be more specific, Brother Boulos. There's a lot of stuff we don't hear about. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I'm glad to be back, man. I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things. And I'll still be coming, doing me, how I do things. I'll still be coming that way, but I'm still come powerful too. And I will still talk about law. And I'm still down with RV Bay Publications. I'm still down with Canaan Land Moors. I'm still down with Dr. Aline Bay, um, Mother Anaida L. Like, yeah, if I left them out, oh yeah, Brother Taj, Tariq Bay, I'm still down with Brother Abdullah. Like it's so many to name, but right now those are like the main people. So I haven't stirred away from anybody and created any enemies, man. I really like always been in my own lane. Man, the people I mess with them. You know what I'm saying? If I mess with you, I mess with you. Do you believe America is Morocco? Just so lie because of the navigator laying down the burnstone. So how do you think the people already here felt about it? Well, Miko, that's a lot. Yeah, I believe it is. Go to my video. Is America really Morocco? That video, yeah, I go deep in that video. It took me a minute to put it together because I'm talking about it from a religious standpoint, political standpoint, from masonry, etc. So yeah, go to that video and that video will tell you why I believe America is Morocco. Okay, aside moving kind of fast. Do you have an Instagram? No, I don't. But you know what? Two brothers was letting me know yesterday, just yesterday. It was like, man, you probably want to get on Instagram. And I think I'll do that. I just got to check it out, see how things work. Yeah, I think I'll be doing it in the near future. But presently, no, I don't. Uh, do you know why RV Bay publication is down more? Okay, Mother Roz did a blog talk Wednesday, and I was on the blog talk Wednesday, and I think it was something like she had host issues. And she said that it should be back up soon. So yeah, it's like it was host issues with the website, whoever's hosting the site. Jason Space Bay, make and enforce law. Make and enforce law. I don't know what. Make and enforce law. Yeah, so Yeah, that's my thing, man. I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad y'all tuned in. I really appreciate it, because there's 1,000 other places y'all could be right now. My time is 9:55 p.m. And like again, it's 1,000 places y'all could be right now, but y'all decided to come kick it with me, So I appreciate that. Um, man, y'all got any more questions? Holler at me. Let me know something. Jamal Dogan, 100. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'll be pushing them back out. I'll be pushing these videos back out. And hey, go back and watch my old content too. Now, don't forget about the old content, the classics. I got plenty of classics. So go back and check them out. Don't let them just sit up on the shelf and get dusted. Watch my old content, man. They still there. Um, I got them back up. And again, I pulled them down. I pulled them down personally several years ago. It wasn't no magical conspiracy guys that did it. It was me. Okay, any plans of making routine vids bi-monthly or anything? Um, but one thing I do like with YouTube now, they got it where you can post your images or post and stuff like that. I'll definitely do that to keep in touch in between the time of me making videos. Like when I make videos, I like to be thorough with my videos, meaning that um, I like to, I do a lot of editing, not necessarily taking things out of the video, but I like to do things that'll catch your eye instead of just loading up a video with me, on the phone or something like that. I like to be more interesting. Um, and it's moved a little too fast for me. How can someone collab with you? What do you mean collab with me? Be a little more specific. Um, I mean, you can always email me if you want to email me. We can go from there, I guess. But as far as collab, I don't really know what you mean. You can email me at publishedinfo@gmail.com. Are open to working with other Moors? That's a good question. If I deal with other Moors, they definitely got to be like-minded. Um, other than that, I don't see how it would make sense for me to deal with them. They got to kind of think like me. Um, yeah, they got to kind of think like me. But it's not a lot of people out here that like me. So as you see, most of the time I'm solo. I mean, I ain't funny acting, nothing like that. It's just, I'm kind of particular on who I deal with. Those YouTube shorts may be a good way to shoot beams out. Yeah, I agree. Check out and tell us what you think once you do. Um, Give me an idea of who this person is. I ain't saying his name on it, but give me an idea. Yeah, I'll check them out, but give me an idea of what they do and what they're about. Okay, hold on. I see something. Hold just a second. Hold just a second. Let me see. I see Jason Space Bay. I see where you say Act One of the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. You tell me, tell me, man. I got a lot of things going on right now, so I really can't, in my mind, can't visualize what that's about right now as I speak. So be a little more specific. Okay, you will once you check him. You will once you check him. I don't know. I doubt it. Because like I said, I really don't be on YouTube like that. I just ask you directly as a man to give me more info, be specific. And you didn't really give it to me. So that's kind of, hmm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, Mr. Jorge. I'm not really sure about that. Okay, brother Jamal Dogan, question. The term Asiatic, can you shed any light on this as it applies to our people? Let's look it up. Don't take my word for it. Let's look it up. Now, I remember before we do, I remember back in the day, I think I asked I think it was Dr. Aline Bey. I called them up. It's been many years ago. And I'm paraphrasing, but the way he explained it to me at the time, it was something real simple, but he was basically stating that how once upon a time, the entire globe was Asia. Well, you had Asia Minor, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And that made the original people Asiatics due to that fact. Um, will you start? I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, Brother Jamal, but I'm just trying to get through these comments. But yeah, that's what Dr. Aline Bey told me many, many years ago. And I don't really see anything wrong with how he explained it. It was really simple. Um, will you start your one-on-one calls again in the near future? Yeah, I never stopped. You know what? That's funny because I never stopped. I had plenty of consultations, here and there during the time I was down. Yeah, I consulted a lot of people. And if you on here right now, and if I ever consulted you, tell everybody how we went. I'm sure you'll tell them something positive, um, because that's how I do it. I've never, I've never been that type of guy to get online to try to trick people and get their fiat and all of that. If so, it'll be somebody out here that can tell you, or they'll be able to prove it and say, look, here we go. He got me. He got me for this. Or that's just not my game. Before I came into this movement, I had my own paper. So it ain't that serious. In other words, it's just not that serious. Not with me. Okay, Asiatic doesn't show up much in the legal system, but Moor shows up all over the place. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Yeah, man, I've been doing consultations. It's never stopped. I had quite a few more that would email me and they would need assistance here. But I'm gonna tell you something. If I feel like, because I always ask people this, I'll ask them what's the situation about. They'll tell me, and I'll let them know off top whether I want to help them or not. I've turned a lot of people down. I've turned a lot of people down, man. I'm telling you. And they had that bread. You feel me? Like they had that bread willing to shoot it out to me, and I turned them down. You know, not because I felt like they were setting me up. It wasn't. It wasn't that. It was just because I knew for a fact that they were not ready for what they were trying to attack. I knew that for a fact. So I just turned it down, like, no, I don't think you're ready. Oh, okay. Brother Jorge, please, bro. It's about law, whole paradigm about where we stand in law. But anyway, salute to you. Thank you, brother. Um, yeah, I mean, the law is a really important thing that we should know. So we got this big thing, and it was like this before I left YouTube. You got some over here that say you don't enforce law, and then you got some over here and say, yeah, you do enforce law. With me, I'm gonna just say it like this: like I haven't changed on that, and I don't think I ever will. I really thank Brother Taj Tariq Bey because that was like one of the first people I knew that taught law, like the law aspect. Brother Tashari Bey, maybe Mother Roz and Mother Anaida. Those were like the first three. And everything that I learned from them, I applied it and it worked. So for those that's talking about it don't work or you shouldn't enforce it, hey, that's their opinion. I ain't worried about it because what I do in my house, that's what I do in my house. And that's what I'm gonna do, right? That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. People don't be prepared for stuff. No, they're never prepared. Never prepared. Brother Jamal, have you heard about House Bill 1020 of Mississippi? No? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But I'm gonna tell you what I have heard about yesterday. They passed a bill. The governor of Tennessee passed a bill yesterday, and I'm paraphrasing it, that queer people, homosexuals, can't dress up in public in Tennessee, right? So that got a lot of the queer community pretty pissed off, out my way. So I heard about that. Tell me about the 1020 of Mississippi. I don't know anything about that. Come on, give me some more questions, y'all. Y'all playing around. There's 27 people in here, and y'all all dead and acting like y'all don't know how to ask questions or talk. What's up? Holla at me. Okay, brother Jamal Dogan. Capital Complex Improvement District is a new district. They're making and appointing people to office. Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, that's the capital of Mississippi. No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't know anything about that, man. Okay. What territory are you from, brother Jamal? Yeah. Wow. Now that's not too far from where I domicile. Um, Jackson, as a matter of fact, my mom's side of the family is from Jackson. Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi. And there are legal exemptions for Moors, Hindus, and Alaska. Okay. Okay, you're from West Virginia, stay in Ohio. Okay, yeah, I used to live up in Sandusky, up in that area, Ohio, Toledo. I did a lot of work in that area, Columbus. Okay, yeah, I did a lot of work back in the day in that area. I think we were sitting right on one of those Great Lakes. I can't remember which one, but whatever Toledo and Sandusky is, I was like right there. I was right there. Yeah, but look, I'm telling y'all, look, man, look. I'm about to just bring it, like I've been bringing it, but it's gonna be with a twist, a 2023 twist. Yeah, Erie, yeah, Erie. It's gonna be like a 2023 twist, and yeah, I'm gonna come like y'all know me to always come. I'm gonna start doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff too to kind of show y'all like what goes on behind the scenes, stuff like that, stuff y'all never seen. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, if I was to remove this green screen that you saw, like what was like in here, you'd be like, wow. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like surprise y'all with stuff y'all never saw, things y'all never heard of. I'm gonna bring a lot of more like people I know, to the equation, show pictures, stuff like that. Now, when my children were younger, I never showed them. I'm gonna start showing my children here and there, like, close loved ones, stuff like that. Uh, what woke you up to the info? Man, that's a good question. Do you really want to know? You got to tell me. If y'all really want to know, hit that one in the chat, and I'm gonna tell y'all. If I ain't saying nothing until I start seeing ones in the chat. If y'all really want to know what woke me up to the info, when did you become confident in knowing you were more? Okay, I see ones. I see ones. Okay. All right. All right. Before I go into my story, I got an uncle. Check this out if you want to. I'm about to tell you. I'm definitely about to tell you. So before I go on my story, let me tell you really quickly about an uncle that I had that reminds me of what I did maybe 14 years ago, somewhat. So I had an uncle that was in the military and he lived in Alaska, right? What's known as Alaska today. Um, and he lived out there for many years. And back in the 80s, he came back to Memphis. And I don't know what happened to him while he was in the military, but he told my grandmother, which is his mother, that he knew how to disappear off the face of the planet. And at that time in the 80s, they thought that was something, they thought it was pretty weird for him to say that. I don't know if they believed him or not, but guess what? He actually did it. Yeah, he actually did it. So we end up not seeing him for many years. So we thought he was dead. We didn't, I mean, there were no records of him whatsoever. Like we thought he was dead. So the last known place we knew of him to live was the San Francisco territory. So my mom, um, uncles, all of the siblings, they flew out to San Francisco at the time and they were trying to find him, couldn't find him. So eventually, about, I believe it was 2010, they got a call from a nurse, and the nurse told them that their brother was sickly and he passed away. So, long story short, he disappeared off the face of the earth for whatever reason he disappeared. He didn't want to be on paper, blah, blah, blah. So, let's go back to my side of the story. What happened to me many years ago, I got into a situation and it was a self-defense thing, right? And they were trying to give me a lot of time for it. That's what woke me up. All right, I hired a so-called Jew attorney, and I asked him how much time can I get for something like this. And he even looked me in the eye. He said 15, 20, 25 years, whatever they want to give you. And at that point, I started doing a lot of research. And at the time, I had a book, How to Live. I think it was called How to Live in the Wilderness or something like that, because I definitely wasn't going to prison. I had it in my mind that I wasn't going to prison, right? So I fired his ass. Yeah, I fired him. And I came into the information. I believe I came into a lot of European guys at the time. It just didn't sit well with me, even though the information, it was somewhat okay. But I ended up running across Taj some kind of way. And that's how I end up coming to knowing and understanding that I'm a Moor through RB Bay, Taj, and this was about like in '09. So yeah, that's how it happened. Blessings. May the Almighty continue to bless you. Thank you. You have changed my life for the better, and I'm grateful for your truth and real Moorish processes and love for others whom need help. I thank you. I thank you. I appreciate that, and you are welcome. I've just got done with affidavit of correction. Do you have any advice how to sign? Also, I need help with some other things, but one thing at a time. You can always email me at publishedinfo@gmail.com and we can talk about it. As far as the signings, um, you don't have to get it notarized by one of those people from the state, um, because a notary is basically someone that can read and write, and a family member can do that. But if you want to do that, you can. I always suggest that you reserve your rights when doing something like that. But it's totally up to you. I never tell people, yeah, you have to do it this way. Um, my awakening happened in 2015. There's long to that. What was the first book you bought on the path? That's funny you asked that. I have a lot of books. I have when you say on the path, I'm assuming that you're saying like the Moorish path, right? Thank you for the responses, Mo. Definitely 2009 for me. So when I found out about, let me get back to my story. Check this out. Thank you, Sister Archer. So, damn, where was I at? Um, oh yeah. So let me get back to my story. So back in '09, 2010, it was somewhere like that. But that's how my 9 charges dismissed without an attorney. I did a DVD many years ago. I don't know if one of y'all got it or not, but I show it, it's talking about it on there. But back, I believe in 2010, I think, it's been a little while ago. That's when the issue went down. And again, it was a self-defense thing, and they were trying to give me a lot of time for it, but I fought it, you know. And I picked up on the information quick because my life depended on it. So that's why I say, from my opinion, what I believe it is, the people that say, well, no, what you Ali said, that's not it. And well, see, listen. At the end of the day, we're grown adults, right? Me, I'm gonna defend myself. Like like I truly believe in self-defense. And that's a part of self-defense. All right. I teach my children to defend yourself, however that may be. If you need to defend yourself, don't go picking fights. All right. So when a person says that we shouldn't enforce law, in my opinion, I stay away from them. And the reason I stay away from them is because that's a form of self-defense, whether um, Drew Ali, whatever Drew Ali said. Now remember, Drew Ali isn't God. All right. I want y'all to remember that. Like you got some people that worship Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali is not God. Noble Drew Ali was a prophet, was a messenger. All right. But he wasn't God. All right. So let's get that. Let's get that understood. All right. And you got a lot of people that say, well, Drew Ali said it, but they kind of skip over a lot of stuff. So if we go into Message to America, where he speaks about how the Moorish Temple of Science in the year of 1925 was incorporated as a civic organization, right? They never speak about that. And another thing I think it's just a lot of jealousy because this aspect of the game is it's complex and it can be intimidating. It can be really intimidating. Enforcing law is natural. Yeah, I agree. Working on the car now, still listening. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So I think it's a lot of jealousy. I think it's intimidating, and I think it's complex. And for those that I think that's just an excuse for those that say, no, we don't supposed to do that. Bullshit. All right. Bullshit. And I'm being honest about that. Bullshit because if somebody break in my house, what do you think I'm supposed to do? Do I supposed to call on Noble Drew Ali? Do I supposed to call on the police? Or do I supposed to pick up that big you know what and boom, 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 boom? You tell me. You tell me, right? So at the end of the day, we got to use like common sense. Let's be real. Like let's use common sense at the end of the day. Blaze on the intruder. Yes, sir. You know, if they step in that territory, again, that's a form of self-defense, and that's the Second Amendment. You know, I'm all for the Second Amendment. Like, like the state, this corporate state where I domicile, you don't need a license to carry anything, right? You don't need a license to carry anything, and it could be hidden, right? So it's constitutional carry here. Yeah, it goes down. Now, again, you're gonna have some people say, well, no, but you Ali said, look, man, at the end of the day, I'm down for Noble Drew Ali, but I'm also down to survive, you know, because I know how people are out here, right? You know, I know how people are out here, and it is what it is, man. We got the Second Amendment to enforce too. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, I think it's just a lot of jealousy, and once you know, like if you ever done prison time, or if you know any brothers that's been in jail or locked up, they all will tell you, man, damn, man, I wish I would have known law because they'll let you know because they'll see that the attorneys, man, they just drop them. and leave them for dead every time. Every time. Man, it happened to me. And that was walking around at time not to carry a pocket knife. Yeah, exactly. So in the 1900s, come on, man, let's be real. Let's be real about it, man. I think some people are delirious, Let's think about this is so-called 2023, right? Versus the 1900s. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that this is a different time. We have the internet. There was no internet back then. So people communicated differently. You had newspapers and stuff like that, right? You don't necessarily need newspapers now. Technology has grown. Like, let's be real about it, man. Let's be real about this. I love the prophet, but I think people get it confused, that little gray area. They worship Noble Drew Ali. Come on, man. It is what it is, man. But I think that's a lot of people just got it kind of confused. I'm thankful for the prophet, and the message that he brought, message to America, plea to a nation, divine warning, et cetera, et cetera. I'm thankful for it, because if it wasn't for that information, I wouldn't know the things that I know. That's why I try to keep my message diverse, because when you just aim in on one topic, such as law, that's when they place that title on you, or that stigma. So that's why I try to keep my stuff diverse. I talk about a lot of different stuff. And as a matter of fact, hold on, what they say? Asiatic World TV, Moors abuse the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's to be expected. That's to be expected. Yeah, that's to be expected, Mind's eye, 100, 100, I see you, Riri. I see you. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how I see it. The Moorish Guide is where all those articles come from. Some Moors don't know this, which is sad. Yeah, man, you got people that consider themselves Christians, and they've been going to church their entire lives and don't know anything about the book, the Bible. Let's be real about it, man. You gotta stay evolving and enforcing law. I think so. I would never check this out. Listen, I will never stop enforcing law. Regarding self-defense, but something else. I will never start a fight either, right? That's why I don't debate. That's why I don't go online talking shit about people, because I don't do it in real life. If you know me, if anybody is in this room right now that's met me or know me, you wouldn't even get that energy from me if you met me. Like, seriously, like you wouldn't get that type of energy from me. Like, what you see is really, truly what you get. Would you consider doing a video on what to do when you are expecting a baby and need navigate a certificate of live birth as opposed to a birth certificate, avoidance of registration? You know what? I got a cousin. Um, as a matter of fact, my cousin was just talking to me about that the other day, and I think his child's mother did that. I know two sisters that did it. The only issue with that is as the child grow, they're gonna eventually have to somewhat come into the system, and they're gonna need certain documentation. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of resistance. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I just say reserve your rights and know how to enforce law. That's why you need to know how to enforce law. Like, a lot of people want to not have the social or not have the birth certificate. You got to remember, man, this stuff been on us for many, many decades now. And it's a really difficult, complex situation to get out of without resistance. I'm not saying that it cannot work. I'm just saying that they will resist and you will fight. That's one reason why I left for 4 years, because I was tired. Man, I was fighting and I didn't really have anybody, to my aid. all of those years. I was fighting by myself, right? I would have bread put up. I would have support, my support system on the outside, and I would have pre-written affidavits and stuff like that. So remember, if y'all decide, and I'm not telling y'all to do this, but if y'all decide to enforce law, have pre-written affidavits, because 9 times out of 10, the people that's going to be sending the writs out for you, they know nothing of law. So if you have like a step-by-step guide for them, it'll help out. I still have your DV with the big nose judge on the front. Thanks for the education forever. Thank you. I'm trying to think which one is that. I think the understanding the local government. Yeah, I got that on my website for those that want to check it out. Understanding local government. That's a good one. Brother Jamal, actually, that's a good idea. Someone says, pardon me, I say it is sad because Moors in these temples are vampires. Thus, the importance of embracing food, clothing, and shelter. If you close to Portland, come through to our Moorish Roots Farm. Portland, that's Oregon, right? I went to okay, I'm gonna tell you what turned me away. Now, when I first got in the movement, I was looking for a temple, like I was really looking for a temple, and there were no temples near Memphis at all. I think let me see, I think I called around maybe Chicago. I have a lot of family in Chicago. I think I called around maybe to Chicago, and it was probably somewhere in Indiana and maybe Minnesota, because I got some ties up that way too. And man, everybody that I spoke to were really rude. And I'm not saying that everybody in the temple was like this, but at that time, they were really rude. And I'm from the South. Like the hospitality in the South is like everybody's, they kind of give off that vibe like they're cool. And I didn't get that. So it kind of pushed me over to the side. I didn't really want to deal with it because that's what I got from it at the time. Enforcement of the law statement is problematic as well. We have to recognize we are behind the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey. Okay. I respect that. I am so sorry you were treated poorly. Oh, don't be sorry. I mean, it wasn't your fault, I get it though. I mean, it is what it is, But yeah, we definitely got to stand on those 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and I try my best to stand on that daily. I try my best to stand on that daily. And another thing, I'm big on behavior. I always teach my children, especially like when they were younger, like you have to act a certain way in public. It's not being fake. It's just being you putting out a persona, right? So like if you go somewhere, people are already judging you just by like it could be your skin color, it could be the way you dress, blah blah blah. So I always taught them you need to act a certain way. When we go out to eat, don't eat like a fucking animal, right? Eat like a decent, civilized human being. Speak properly, the best way you know how to. That's something I had to even work on. Me being from the South, I have a heavy accent. Y'all probably will never hear it unless I get totally relaxed, but I have a heavy accent. And at times, people don't understand what I say. So I try to speak clear as possible, because I'm putting a message out here, meaning we have not caught up to the divine plan of the ages. Are you open to learn how to grow food more? Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a partner of mine not too long ago about that. How our parents and grandparents got away from growing food and how they all migrated towards the city, and it didn't help. It didn't help anything. Everybody wanted to leave the rural areas to come to the city, and it didn't help anything. Yeah, I'm definitely down for it. Send me some links. Yeah, teach me because I don't know much about that. I don't know much at all about that. I would love to know something like that. You know, I think it's imperative. I think it's imperative. Y'all hit that like, hit that like. I appreciate all of y'all coming out. It's been, man, it's been 4 years since I've been done a live. That's a long time. It's been a long time. Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. Uh-huh. I sure do. That's one good thing about being in the South. It's plentiful down this way. Yeah, I was telling a sister, I was I was on the East Coast one time, and I was telling a sister how it is down south, and I was like, I couldn't live on the East Coast up north, because it's just first off, it's not enough land. The people are well. I'm talking about New York. I'm not talking about the East Coast in its entirety. I'm talking about New York. The people are rude in New York. I could never live in New York. They are rude as hell. Not only are they rude, there's no land. Like it's just like a concrete jungle. I can visit it all day. I can have fun. I can dap it up with the bros. I would not live there. Okay, my father Kwame Bey is the Minister of Agriculture, and he would love to plan a trip out to Memphis in due time. How can I get your email or contact? My email is in the about section. It's publishedinfo@gmail.com. Yeah, Kwame Bey. Yeah, I've heard of Brother Kwame. I've heard of Brother Kwame. Definitely. Asiatic World TV. Yeah, I'm glad y'all came out, man. Man, this hour done went by fast. I really didn't plan on doing a live this long, but man, y'all showing me love, so I'm still here. I'm just hanging out with y'all. Yeah, I'm just hanging out with y'all. Yeah. But yeah, one of the brothers asked me earlier when I was reading, I was telling him I've been reading this. I was reading this right here, and I think that's an interesting topic regarding God. I don't think a lot of our parents really taught us what God really is or who God really is. I think they just kind of gave us a brief synopsis of what they think God is, and just put it on us. Where I'm from, this is like what they call the Bible Belt, so it's a lot of churches, and you really don't learn anything. You don't learn anything. We used to get kicked out of churches. My brother Marcus Enoch L and I, we used to go to churches and ask questions, and they didn't like the fact that we were asking questions at the church. So they would pretty much escort us out. You know, Upstate New York territory has lots of land. Okay, maybe. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, but I was really talking about New York City, so I apologize for that. We're starting to campaign for Moors to change their race and national origin to Moor via court order to change it. Okay, let me read that again, low key. We're starting to campaign. First off, who is we? For Moors to change their race and national origin to Moor via court order. Hmm. Hmm. I just tell people, like, especially you just declare your nationality. That's your word. Back in the day, I used to put it on the public record. I don't really recommend that now. Well, yeah, you could do that, but I wouldn't recommend telling them exactly what you're about to do to them. That could be a real mistake. Telling your enemy or your op uh, what you're about to do. I don't think that's not smart. Our race is Asiatic, more is our ethnicity. I hear you. I hear you, Asiatic World TV. I hear you loud and clear. But again, what I've always done is just tell people declare it, mean it here, put it on paper, do your thing. Howdy from Houston, Texas. First time watching. Thank you. I appreciate that. Brother Mantis Views 29, peace fam. It is good to see bro Moreno Bey back on the wheel, still in full life. Yes, sir, brother. Man, I hate I missed you when I was up there, man. I met your mother, but I didn't see you, bro. I wish I could have met you in person, man. But hey, you still live on here. You hear me? Man, I appreciate you dropping through, bro. I just been building, this is my first time back in 4 years. I just been building with everybody, man, the brothers and sisters, everybody, man, being respectful, and they just asked me questions. I really didn't have a real topic, you know. I just been really talking about what I was doing the whole time. You know, the 4 years. I relaxed, I vacationed. I caught COVID. I was poisoned by COVID. I wouldn't say I almost died, but at one point I thought, damn, am I going to die? Because nobody would see me. You know, my mate, she was given less than 1% chance to live, but miraculously, by the grace of Allah, she's still here. She's definitely still here, man. So that was a banger on my life during that time. I know several Moors that passed away from that poison they put on us, man. I'm just glad that I bounced back, because for 30 days I was sick, like sick, sick. And I don't care, you know, I've been vegan for many years, and you know, a lot of people say, well, you can just eat right. No, no, I was poisoned. You feel me? I was poisoned, bro. So that didn't even matter. Some people, you know, didn't take the poison well, some did. Brother Jamal Dogun, 100. Yes, sir. Peace and love. Peace and love. So I plan on, you know, keep doing what I was doing, man. I'm gonna come harder. I don't think I will be, again, like I stated earlier, I don't think I'll be like putting like step by step, um, like, okay, step one, you do this to enforce law. Step two, you do this. I don't think I'll be doing that on YouTube anymore. You have to go to my website to get that type of information, because it just brings a lot of confusion here. And me, I'm the type of person, I don't really like confusion, you know. I just kind of like to be away from confusion. So I just kind of let it do what it do over there. All praise to Allah. Yes, yes, yes. The nationality conversation is touchy when it comes to the Moorish Science Temple of America. As you already know, nationality is the quality of character person belong to a nation. Yeah. So let me ask you something, Asiatic World TV. Why is it a touchy conversation? YouTube search the 13th son. I know brother 13th son. As a matter of fact, I was in Tampa. I had we spoke. Um, um, It wasn't in person though. We didn't speak in person. I reached out to him and we had a conversation. Um, Moors and Moorish Americans are not the same politically. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I found out. How can I say this, man? Let me read this real quick. Wait, what is this about? Are we talking about our straw man? No, no, I wasn't. I understand we are survivors. That is why you are still here in the flesh, even after COVID, bro. We got the God genetic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. I learned a lot. I got your book too, bro. I learned a lot from you too as well. A lot of people, you know what? A lot of people stuck on ego. That's another thing. I think I put it in my description. That's another reason I left, because when I left, I actually had a nice name for myself, but that's an ego thing. And I wanted to bury the ego. I didn't want it to be about having a name. You know, I just wanted to kind of, if you look at my older videos about 4 years ago, you'll see what I'm talking about. I spoke a lot about getting rid of the ego and getting away from your lower self and ascending to your higher self. I spoke a lot about that. Unc L dropping gems is honorable more if I ever met one too. Thank you, Brother Jamal. Thank you. However, there is such a thing as stateless Moors. Yeah. See, one thing about this, see, again, listen, we got to study, study, study. Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, study, 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 and study yourselves. And I was all about 4 years ago. And I'm really like that now. Like, I wanted to study myself, right? I didn't want to compete with this more or this more or that more. Like, it's not my knowledge. It's not my information. You know, I give props to people that I've obtained information from all the time. Like earlier, I stated that Taj Tariq Bey and Abdullah was two of my teachers. And I just told y'all, Brother Mizraim, man, I learned a lot from that brother. You know, And I'm older than him, but that doesn't matter. You know, he had the info. His mother, she got the info. I love them, man. I love them. They got the info. I got it. So it's not my information. And now some people may obtain information more than others, and you know they know how to put it out there, right, to the people. Um, I'm one of those people, man. Like I soak up stuff like a sponge, and I get it quick. So that's how I was able to do what I did many years ago in the court system, because my life depended on it. It really depended on it. And well, again with this more Asiatic, Moorish American, at the end of the day, man, it's all about whatever you want to do, whatever you believe, whatever's in your heart, right? We can have a debate right now, which I don't debate, but we could have a debate right now about Moorish or Moor or Moorish American or Moroccan. To me, at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff is senseless. That's just me. That's just me. Okay, the nation which nationality is expressed by the way of the MSTA. We as members of the MSTA will metamorphosize into a nation like the Vatican. Hate the rephrase, but that is, I get you. Facts in the heart. Yeah, it's all in the heart at the end of the day. A European with a great deal of knowledge on common law. You know what? It was a lot of Europeans that I obtained information from early on. You know, now before I came into the Moorish information, I was probably on some more, I guess, RBG type of vibe. Yeah. Yeah, I was more like on that, like some F the white man type stuff. And I'm so thankful that I got away from that, man, because that was like a hateful mentality. And I didn't even realize it. See, my dad grew up in Memphis during the time when Dr. King was killed in Memphis. So a lot of that stuff during the civil rights movement, he experienced. Like he saw the tanks coming down in South Memphis, like down his block. My uncle experienced the same thing. So me growing up, they talked to me about a lot of that. So it kind of was instilled in me at a younger age not to trust white folks, so to speak, at the time. And being from the South, depending on what parts you're from, you'll see that sometimes. So I kind of developed that angle early on from my dad, and I had a couple uncles, you know, that was kind of like on some F the white man type stuff. But as I, you know, grew mentally and I started to ascend, I knew that wasn't, you know, quite right. You know, I get it, but it wasn't quite right, you know, because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that happens to us is due to us. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. You know, a lot of the shit we go through is because of us. Now, if you want to say, I'll say out of 100%, right? Now, this is my opinion. There's no real statistics behind this, but just my opinion. If we wanted to blame the so-called white man, I'll say the white man, quote unquote, is probably responsible for maybe 40%. And I'm talking about the system. And the other 60% is on us. That's my opinion. All right. Don't get mad at me. That's just my opinion. You know, I think a lot of what we do is because of us. It's not because of not now, not in 2023. No, it's not. Not in 2023, right? Because it's too much technology out here, man. Right? It's too much. All right, fam, it is only one race. That is the human race. That's true, brother Mizraim. That's right. Even according to Noble Ali, anybody telling you to change your race opposed to proclaiming, declaring your nation, that's what I was saying earlier to the I think that was Asiatic World TV. Yeah. Like I'm like, okay, yeah. But yeah, you just declare your nationality, you know, changing your race. Okay. You had to go internally and do the real stuff of self to overcome. Yes, I did. Thank you. Yep, take responsibility for everything. That's where I left off 4 years ago, and I'm still on that, right? I'm still on the fact that Moors need to take responsibility and be fully accountable for their actions, right? If we start doing that, I think we can get somewhere. All right. And we need to let the ego down as well, right? I know a video many years ago, I spoke about how Masons in the lodge wear they wear the cloth from the waist down. Um, and I think at that time I was breaking down how that represents the lower self, like it covers up the lower self, but from the waist up is the higher self. And that's what we're trying to work on as Moors, to develop our higher self from here up versus from here down. That's why in the lodge they cover that up, you know. Yes, I have seen you on YouTube since you started. I am 29. No, with a wife and children came to the knowledge of our holy prophet when I was 12 years old. Good for you. I got to get going. We'll email you soon. Thank you. Email me. That's what's up. That's what's up. They test and filter out those with hate. Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't, we're, man, we're really divided. You know, as so called Black people, man, we're really divided. The 13 Sons said without the European system, things would be even worse right now. He might have a point. I'm with him on that. Yeah, he might have a point, man. He might have a point on that one. Like I can't even argue that. You know, right now, I think they may be holding things down, whether we like it or not. Yeah, they've been holding things down for a minute now. I think we should play our parts the correct way. Yeah, I don't think we need to look for fights. Even if we disagree in the future, I think it'll be a good idea for us to learn to respect others' ideas and opinions. But at the end of the day, stop being so self absorbed in our own ideas and opinions. Um, that's something that I try to work on myself. You know, that's why I stay out of a lot. Like you never see me um, into it with people, you know, stuff like that. Again, I don't do it in real life. So why would I come on the World Wide Web and do it? You know, and I'm big on behavior and personality and stuff like that, you know, how people see me, you know, how I portray myself to the public, you know, not how somebody else portray me, but how I portray myself to the public. So, quick side note, many years ago, when I was first on the news, one of my daughters told me that she saw me on the news and she kind of took what the news gave her and kind of ran with it. And I had to explain to her, I said, well, what did I say? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, well, if you saw me on the news when the news tried to defame my character as a Moor, what did I say? And she was like, you didn't say nothing. They just showed a picture. I said, exactly. I said, I didn't say anything. That was their story. That wasn't my story. All right. And I broke it down to her, and she soon got what I was trying to say to her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get them likes up. I like that. I like that. Yeah, get them likes up, y'all. Definitely. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. We got 34 people in. That's cool. I like that. That's what's up. Yeah, I mess with the 13 son, man. I like 13 son. A good brother, man. Real good brother, man. I can't say nothing bad about him. I can't say nothing bad about him. Good guy. And the whole family behind him, man, they act like good people. Type of people I wouldn't mind being around. I appreciate that you don't utilize a lot of profanity. Maybe not on here, but sometimes in real life I do. But yeah, I try not to. I try not to do that. Um, it's a few, like I said, I'm big on how I portray myself to people. You know, that's just how I was raised. You know, I was raised that way to to act a certain way when you're in public. And right now, even though I'm in my home, I'm still in the public right now. I'm in the public, so I try to behave a certain way when I'm in the public, the best of my ability. Now, if you see me outside, hey, if anybody know me in person, it might be just a little bit different, you know. But again, it's a difference between public and private, right? So you got private and you got public. So I got the right to act the way I want to act in private, and I got the right to act a certain way in public because people can view me and they'll get a certain idea of how I do things while I'm in public. Yeah, I came on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, I came on YouTube in 2014. Um, yeah, it was 2014 when I came on YouTube. It didn't take long. Uh, and for anybody that want advice on how you, I don't want to say become successful, but I'll say just let's keep it simple. To get known on YouTube, the best way to do it is like this. I can tell you the formula. The formula is to first know what you're talking about and be good at what you talk about. All right. Deliver it the right way. That's one way. Secondly, be really consistent with uploading videos on what I just stated on the first. Third, it'll be good to kind of link up with different people that's on that same wave. That'll help out too, right? And if you just keep making that noise, yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. I wasn't even really trying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the recipe because I wasn't even trying. I was just throwing the information out here. That's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to, well, I guess I was trying, but I wasn't really looking for to be famous or something like that because really, like, I'm really like a low key person, really private. In real life, I'm really private. So it really took a lot for me to get on YouTube. The only reason I got on YouTube is because I had some child support issues back in the day, and I wanted to discuss it to the world because I wasn't seeing my children, and the courts wasn't doing a damn thing about it, right? And it was an evil thing I was going through. So um, my child's mother at the time, she was sticking it to me for real, and the courts was sticking it to me. Her family wasn't helping, my family wasn't helping, and I didn't know what else to do because I wanted to see my children. So I just came on YouTube and I started mixing it in with, you know, everything else I talk about, Moorish nationality, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you know, whatever, religion. I was just mixing it in and it just started taking off like that. What was Okay, Brother Jamal asked, what were some of the better moments or found knowledge that you experienced along the way? Um, man, I learned something from every, excuse me for a second, y'all. Islam, let me get right back with you. I'm on the live right now as we speak, bro. All right. I apologize about that, y'all. Um, I learned something from everything, like everything that I've done, everything that I researched. Man, I can't really take from. Let me see. How can I? So I studied so much different stuff, man. Everything helped me. I feel good about it all. You know, I feel good about it all. I kind of like mixed in a lot of different stuff in the pot when I was learning. And even if, like, for example, like even when I was enforcing law and something didn't go quite right, I learned from it. You know, whether it be a bad situation at the time or it was good. If it was bad, I learned from it and I was like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't try it like that. Let me try it like this. And then eventually it always worked out in my favor. You know, so nowadays I don't have to, I haven't had to enforce law in quite some time now. You know, I haven't had any issues, and that's why I feel good. And I said that 4 years ago on my last videos. I was like I haven't had any issues, man. Life is good, man. Life is good. Again, the 4 years I was down, I relaxed. I traveled. Um, I got my mind right. I didn't even look at YouTube. I didn't even look at anything. I didn't study anything. I was tired. I didn't want to study. I was done with studying at the time. I was like, I don't want to study, and along the way, my memory bank didn't hold everything, but I know where to find it. I'll give you an example. Like if you go to like an attorney's office, for example, you may ask an attorney, well, what is this or what is that? They may not know right off the top of their head, but that's why they got a library behind them. So they may walk right up and go to the book. They know how to find it. So during the time I was down, my computer up here, a few things I probably just won't remember off top of my head. Like I think the brother was asking me about Act One, and I was like, I just right now I just can't remember it, but I can go to it and I can reference it. But I'm just getting back into the groove of everything, man, and I'm still solid. I'm still solid with everything. Shadow ban. Okay. Peace, Moors. Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that's come out tonight, man. Any last questions? Any last questions before I wrap it up or anything? I think I got about another 5 or 10 minutes or so. If y'all want to got any questions or just build or whatever, just let me know before I get out of here. Behavior placement, righteous cuzzos are the best. Yes, sir. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Let me say this, y'all. I think my next video is gonna be a little controversial, and it's gonna be in the lines of um, now, if y'all scared now, don't watch it. But I'm gonna tell you something. Because I know a lot of y'all, you Moorish brothers, man, y'all scared of y'all women, man, but not me, you hear me? So I think the next video I'm gonna make is gonna be on the lines of should Moorish women have multiple women or not? Right? So I think I'm gonna be talking about that and breaking some things down from like a religious standpoint, like from the Holy Quran, a traditional standpoint, societal, stuff like that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about that because that's something we never really discussed. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about that on my next video, and I need y'all sister to jump in there and um and check it out too, and the bros. I think that's what I'm gonna entitle it. I might entitle it "Should Black Men Have Multiple Women?" Just to get the people in there. We all know we ain't black. Let's be real about it. Um, what part of history do the Amish fit in? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about that one. You tell me. We might need to do some That might be a video. That might be something I can do a video on. I don't know though. But I don't know, bro. I'll be the first one to tell you if I don't know something. House Bill 1020. Um, yeah, make sure you email me. Make sure y'all visit my new website. It's thepublishedinfo.com. I still got my books for sale. I don't know if anyone on here right now, if anyone got my child support book or my public official bond book, let me know and tell me about it. What did you get out of it? Especially the public official bonds, where I break down the bonds and I show you how I did the liens, and I do nothing. I'm not telling y'all to do this, so don't say I said do it. I'm just showing you what I did. You know, I'm showing you what I did. That's like some heavy info right there. I'm showing you like the mail receipts, the tracking numbers. I'm going in on it. You understand? I'm going in on it. I know. I note you said you traveled. Any issues with vax or thoughts? Are you talking about the vaccine shot? If that's what you're talking about, personally, I don't take shots, vaccines or anything like that. Um, Never had. Well, no, I can't say I never have. In my younger years, I did, because I was incompetent. But now I wouldn't do anything like that. During the COVID thing, I didn't take anything, and I made sure my family didn't either. When I say my family, I'm talking about my immediate family. They didn't take it either. You know, that was just a really weird time because my children didn't get poisoned. It was crazy. Like that's how I know that that episode that they put out is not contagious because they didn't get it at all, and they were around two people that were really, really sick with it, like really sick, and nothing happened. Not only to them, but an adult or someone else we know that was around. Nothing happened to them. All right, nothing happened. And I mean, in my personal opinion, um, what I think a lot of people when they walk outside of their home, they don't really look up. Um, I look up a lot in the sky, and I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I look up. I observe a lot. Me being from where I'm from, I have to observe where I'm or what's around me because I grew up in an environment that was like the jungle. I don't live in the jungle now, but once upon a time I lived in the jungle and I had to observe things a lot. So with that being said, when I walk out of my home, I'm always looking up. And I always notice that, I see like the trails in the sky. We all know what that's about, or at least we think we know, right? So, what I believe in my personal, humble opinion is that it was sprayed down on the people. Is a tactic, in my personal opinion, as a form of eugenics. That's what I think, and I just think that personally we got hit, and because we outside a lot. Like I'm outside a lot, and my children at the time, they didn't go outside, they wasn't outside. And I think we just got hit because we were outside, more than anybody. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I really feel because of the way it happened. Um, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just glad I'm still here, man, to fellowship with y'all. And I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. I can take two more questions if y'all got it. Get 2 more minutes in. 11:05, I'm gonna be out. That's my time. If y'all got anything, let me know. Let me know. Got about 2 or 3 more minutes and I'm out. I appreciate y'all coming out and building with me. Man, it's been a wonderful thing. I see Sister Archer. I appreciate you coming in. I see Shadow Band. Thank you. I appreciate it, Brother Jamal. I appreciate it. It's crazy how it's been 4 years, man. Y'all people still hanging out and supporting me. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, really? I appreciate it, man. It's a lot of people y'all could be listening to right now. And for some reason, y'all chose me. And I appreciate that. Low key, thank you. Appreciate it. Peace and love to you. Behavior placement, uh, Matahara, peace and love. Young Bones, peace and love. Asiatic World TV, they stepped out, but peace and love to you too. Just sending shout outs to everybody. Mantis Views 29, peace and love to you, bro. Um, who else we got? La India Maria, thanks for coming in. I appreciate all y'all for coming in. I ain't gonna hold y'all any longer. I appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all stay up. Remember, it's all about self, ascend to that higher self, not the lower self. Until then, peace and love. This is Moreno Bey. I'll be back with the next video soon. Y'all keep up with me. All right, peace and love.